So today we're down in the model county visiting Seamus Cullen. We're going to talk to Seamus about synchronisation.
We synchronised 103 and out of the 103, 87 of them held on scan.
And we're going to speak to him about his fresh semen use.
It seems to work well as well, according to the scans.
Seamus, listen, thanks for having us down here. What was your journey into dairy and where did it start?
Yeah, we started off there in 2000 with 25 cows and 27,000 gallons coal, which was leased from my father to ourselves here. Gradually, bit by bit, and things happened for us. A bit of luck along the way as well. We kept at it.
And you expanded?
Yeah, and we're up now at the moment now we're 376 now the calf down this year. We served 405 there.
Synchronising here last breeding season, how did that go for you?
Went well, George. So far so good anyway. We synchronised 103 and out of the 103, 87 of them held on scan first time. Touch wood, so far so good anyway. Two reasons mainly why we done it was, one was the heifers are our future, that's what they are. And we're trying to get as many in calf first time to stay in the herd. And the second reason is they're being contract reared now about 25 kilometres from here. And the race farm now is fragmented, so it was going to make things a bit awkward when it come to AI. So we said now we'll give synchronising, and we made a few inquiries about it now, and anyone that done it now, local farmers were very happy with how it turned out for them. So we said we'd give it a go and see what happened.
You use a lot of fresh semen this year.
Yeah, it seems to work well as well. According to the scans anyway, seemingly there's not lying so far anyway. So.
And would you have gone on bull of the day, or do you kind of have a list?
Oh, there's a list, yeah, there's a set list. There's three choices for each cow. If the lads don't have that one, the second one, and so on.
Yeah.
So they are all picked out. That's herd advice.
Maybe talk me through the process from the decision making of I'm going to start sinking my heifers to AI man arrive and kind of putting in the straws.
We used to there, we'd be up to about 70 to 80 heifers ourselves at home here. Once you were done milking, the lads from Progressive, they work on a morning evening system here. Whatever's bulling previous evening, they're here the next morning, or whatever's bulling this morning, they're on this evening.
Yeah.
So getting heifers in after milking, for the first maybe week or that wasn't too bad, but after that then trying to drive them in, they just want to stay out there.
Yeah.
And then physically when trying to go through, then pick them out, are the bulling or are they not? That synchronising was being talked about and more people were using it. We said this might be the way to go now, and it relieved a lot of workload off of us as well. You know, there was work there for about a week, all right, getting everything in sync, the programme. But after that then, once they were served, we let the bulls off with him, and so far so good anyway.
Yeah, and from Progressive's point of view, what point did you contact them?
Oh, about a month beforehand to organise that we were thinking about doing it. That they'd organise, you know, straws for that day. Yeah. And the technician as well that was able to work on that day, because they were going to be solely on at a specific time. Yeah. To hit with the heat detection. So it kind of worked that way.
Going forward, will you synchronise again? Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
And advice for kind of anyone this season might be watching this and saying, God, I might give it a go. Have you any kind of advice, things that you might do differently yourself?
Just if you're a contract owner, if you're on, everyone knows their own farm, whether they're lacking in copper or selenium or whatever, but just try and get all the basic things right beforehand. I think it does work well now.
Brilliant. So it's good to hear a positive story from it.
Definitely. But the big thing is the workload anyway is...
That's a big one for you.
Yeah, Genie, yeah.
370 cows, you need to...
And a peace of mind down with Ray and all there as well.
How many years are you contracting?
2 years now. They were his first batch of calves now.
Yeah.
He gradually got out of beef and gradually got into all our dairy stock, you know, from baby calves up to coming back to the yard here in October for calving down.
And what do you think, for a farmer engaging on a contract rear, what do you think is probably one of the most important things, or what would be the most important thing to look for?
A man that's interested in stock anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be a big thing anyway. And Ray is interested in him, you know. by the look of the stock and all that he had and all as well, which was a key point for us when we first met with Ray. So everything so far so good now, is working out well.
The big jump for you, when did that come? When did you go, holy Jesus, I'm milking a lot of cows? When was that? When did the penny kind of drop with you that?
It wasn't really, it was bit by bit, little bits of land come available and we bought and bits like that, and then another bits and pieces come for lease and all. It wasn't just one big bang, it was just gradual, it just gradually kept rolling along there. The real big one there was when cohas went, or just before it. We had the stock numbers, but we were still restricted with coha. So we went on once a day there for 2 years just to hold on to the stock numbers.
Yeah.
Which was an experience as well now. It's not for everyone.
What kind of advice would you have for people in the process of expanding? It's a guy like who's got their 80 or 90 cows and it's like, "Do you know what? Land's coming available next to me. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for 150 cows, 160 cows." What would you say to them?
Well, if you're able to sleep well at night and handle stress, go ahead. But there is a lot of work with it now. There is, to be honest with you. It might look greener on the other side, but there is a lot of work. But if you enjoy it, the sky's the limit there. You can work away. Eh?
Yeah. And what was your biggest obstacle, I suppose, if you're saying like what was the thing that you found the hardest?
Just finding the point where we went from being kind of on our own to employing someone. That was kind of, there was a learning curve, learning to manage people, and as staff come available, then how to handle more people and trying to do your own work as well. We're hands-on here as well. Fairness, Alice looks after the calves and Dermot looks after the cows and feeding and all. So, and Teresa does all the book work.
Yeah.
And,
I know how that is.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
But there's a team effort now. In fairness, but just going from that was the big obstacle. Just employing the first person and getting used to that. Yeah.
Well, Seamus, listen, thanks a million for having us down.
Thanks, George.
And seeing us in the busy time. Lots of cows left to calve still.
Oh yeah.
And listen, best of luck with the rest of it.
Thanks very much.
No problem. So I'm here with Clive, AI technician down in South Wexford. Clive, you're semi-responsible for these calves here. You're Seamus's AI man. We're talking to Seamus about the synchronisation from a farmer's point of view, but from a technician's point of view, what do you make of synchronisation?
Yeah, the synchronisation is a great job, sure, because it's getting everything, especially the heifers, out of the way in the couple of days. People are not going in and bringing them in and out for a week or two, because every time it's getting harder to pick out the ones. So everything is done then once you get your program in, get them synchronised through your vet and AI them.
Did you use the fresh on the synchronisation as well?
Yeah, well, 3/4 of it was fresh, because just at the number that was there, most of it was fresh that day, yeah.
And from an AI technician's point of view, coming to a yard, what do you like to see, or what makes it easy for you?
Well, heap of cows in the crush. I know, if we see, look through everything, if everything is right, everything is handy. What I love about coming here to Seamus is he'll always have 2 options for me to pick from 2 bulls. Because of the fresh semen, a bull mightn't jump one day and might be there to 2 days, or something could go wrong. So the option of 2 bulls on the whiteboard when we go in is very good.
So Clive, beef on dairy, are you finding it more popular?
Yeah, well, there was a time when Belgian Blue really took over, and then for the last 10 years or so it died off. But it's starting to come back, especially on cows that people don't want to use the Friesian on. They're using the Belgian Blue on them again. So the Belgian Blue AI would be up in the last 2-3 years there again.
Well, listen, thanks a million, Clive, for taking the time to meet up with us here in Seamus's yard and have the chat. And listen, best of luck with the oncoming breeding season.
Yeah, it won't be long about coming around now, Anya. Thank you.